What's happening, fanbase? And welcome to another episode of Honest Descriptions. Today's a video I never expected to make, but doing my Hero Academia videos on YouTube and being part of the greater Hero Academia community, I notice a lot of theories flying around. And I mean theories that every channel decides to jump on. I would like to take a look at the most popular of these theories and, well, honestly describe them. Obvious note, the word honest definitely has quotation marks around it because, oh, I hope you didn't come into this expecting a completely normal video. I was in the middle of working on an honest description of every teacher in Hero Academia, but well, let's take a look at what our lovely community has to offer as far as brilliant, also with quotation marks, Hero Academia theories. Of course, feel free to subscribe if you're interested in other Hero Academia honest descriptions. Link in the description to my last two. But for now, let's get started. The first theory is, who is the Hero Academia traitor? Well, as we know, there is a traitor in UA. Everyone's mentioned it at least 5 times. This theory is, who can it be? Well, I'm obviously not covering every single student here because I don't have the time, patience, ability, but mostly patience to watch through everyone's video on their take on who the traitor is. But the two most popular theories are, it is either Kaminari, Electric Boy from Class 1A, or Nezu the Principal of the entire school. Now, obviously, each of these brilliant theories have reasons why they're completely awesome. Like, for example, obviously Kaminari is the traitor because who else would have been able to give away their location in the training camp forest thing? Oh, that's right. Every single kid with a cell phone. Didn't think of that. Or who would have been able to jam the signals in the USJ invasion? Oh, maybe it was that electric villain that Kaminari was fighting. Or, you know, maybe the villains, had a jammer? No, that can't be. It has to be someone's Quirk. Oh, but this is the best of all. All those times when Kaminari is acting all stupid after he overuses his Quirk and his face turns into One Punch Man, he was actually faking. He was completely aware of everything. This was just a ploy to lull everyone into a false sense of security. They would never realize that he was an epic villain traitor guy if he got stupid after using his Quirk. Yes, how brilliant. Of course he's faking it. Obviously, if he was a traitor, he'd have to fake acting stupid after overusing his Quirk. That takes suspicion off him, because now, he can't be smart, because now he's stupid. This is too smart. This is too brilliant. And as far as Nezu, well, that's even better. He is such a good traitor. He even has an inner monologue on how are they gonna find the traitor and protect the students better after the forest camp invasion. Yes, only a really good traitor plays his parts to the point that even his inner monologues are traitorous. Those viewers will never suspect him now, but his traitorousness gets even better. He is such a good traitor that he came up with an awesome plan to wipe out the League of Villains when they captured Bakugo, and he was so traitorous, he didn't even tell the League of Villains to get their guard up, and that's why they were all wiped out. That's why All for One was captured. All because of his brilliant plan and keeping his identity a secret. No one will suspect him now that he's defeated all the bad guys. I see no flaw in this logic. The only one slight issue I have with him being the actual traitor is his quirk is being a super genius. So, I suggest you go watch my honest description on every MHA villain because their plans were the opposite of genius, and I mean all of them. Let's invade the training camp so we can capture one of them, bring him to our base, so that can result in all of our villainy getting completely disrupted and destroyed when the heroes come, take out our leader, whose brilliant plan all along was, by the way, to train Shigaraki, to make Shigaraki evil because Shigaraki is the grandson of All Might's teacher, and that way, if Shigaraki is evil, All Might will be pissed. Brilliant planning there, fam. Link to my honest description on the villains in the description. Next theory. Dabi is secretly Todoroki's brother. So now I know with the manga thing going on right now, there's more reason to believe he is, but let's remember when this theory was created. It was created right after the training camp arc. And well, Dabi on the haters, but the evidence to that was way too solid for him not to be Todoroki's brother. I mean, they both use fire and they're both badass. The only slight issue with the theory is Endeavor seems to be a really loyal husband type dude. I can't imagine him even looking in the direction of other women, let alone abandoning his son. I mean, even President Mike said Endeavor was a doting father. I could smell sarcasm when I see it, and I doubt that was sarcastic at all. That seemed totally serious. I just realized that was like sarcasm's inception right there. Being sarcastic, that sarcasm wasn't sarcasm.
Why does everything smell like copper?
How How sick is that? Well, I have to say it's almost as sick as the amount of evidence to this theory. Like, did you see how Dabi and Todoroki actually looked at each other in the training camp arc? It's not like other characters look at each other. That and the fact that they both have blue eyes. I mean, come on. Blue eyes equals father and son. I mean, look at Naruto and Minato. Asians with blue eyes. Do you see any other Asians with blue eyes in the entire Naruto franchise? This is borderline fact. And I mean, they do both use fire. It's not like people have similar quirks that aren't actually related, right? I mean, Kota's related to Kota's parents. They both use water. And so does Fire Hydrant Hero guy. And so does Manuel, the guy that was training Ida in the Hero Killer arc. Yeah, I'm sure they're all related too. Stay tuned for more crazy, wacky, probably true relative theories here in the honest descriptions. Because believe it or not, every character in My Hero Academia, if he's at least slightly a main character, is actually related. I kid you not. The ships aren't the only thing that's crazy in Hero Academia. Everyone's secretly everyone else's love child. And that's why I hate Bakugo x Todoroki fans. Because it's incest. And of the big 3 Hero Academia theories, here's number 3. Who is Deku's dad and why is it all for one?
Not true. That's impossible!
So as we know, because we've watched any other shonen anime ever in our lifetime, the main character's father is not there. Spoilers. He's dead, or he's evil, or he's super important. Point is, he's a total deadbeat, and he obviously doesn't care about his son enough. So just by the demographic, when we started this anime, we were like, okay, which one of Deku's parents are gonna be missing and secretly awesome? And it's his dad. We have absolutely no evidence to anything, except for the fact that, you know, Deku saw a doctor and All For One saw the same doctor. But aside from this no evidence thing, just from being genre savvy, we understand the power of Deku's father. Some claim it to be All Might, but that's pretty dumb, because All Might basically raising him at this point anyway. May as well tell him if he's Pop. That and the fact that Deku's mom didn't look like she was Detroit smashed by All Might when they met. The only other option is that it's All For One! Freaking brilliant! Oh, I have a good piece of evidence. As we know, Horikoshi, the creator of Hero Academia, is a big fan of Star Wars. He's even named streets Tatooine, and there are other references, etc.
Hello there.
Maybe he's going for a
Deku, I am your father.
no! Never know, he might actually be going for that. I guess that suffices as evidence. Yeah, if you mill around the AniTube enough, you'll come to realize that the problem with most theories is, you know, it's a little problem, you don't really have to worry about it, but it's a lack of evidence. Sometimes there's absolutely no evidence to your theory, but hey, it's just a theory. An anime theory! On to the next one. This one's a solid one, so I'm gonna have to do it briefly. It's the All For One will escape from prison theory. And the theory is, because it would be pretty lame if the main bad guy was now in prison and we'd never see him again. Obviously, he's probably gonna fight Deku. He'll probably escape. Next theory. The Stain will escape from prison theory. Very different than the All For One will escape from prison theory. Because this one is about Stain. And Stain is such a cool character. It would be great if he came back. He'll totally escape from prison and see what his ideology thing did to the world. And once we're theorizing, maybe he'll team up with Deku and do some good before he goes back to jail another time and realizes this is all theory. And the evidence is, it's astounding. Let's just leave it at that. Next theory, it's game theory's less popular stepbrother film theory, and their theory is that All Might was lying and he had another secret quirk. Now this is a massive breakthrough, so strap up fam, we're going into the belly of the beast. That's right, you know how All Might goes from deflated Small Might into inflated Tall Might? Well, that's not anywhere in One For All's quirk description. It must be he has a secret inflation ability. Cause you know the time that All Might told Deku, well, I too am quirkless, Midoriya Shonin. He was actually lying. And in episode like 2, when he told Deku that he goes from Small Might to Tall Might was just because he flexes his muscles, but now he can only do it for a certain amount of time because he's injured and stuff. Yeah, he was lying. Speaking of flexing his muscles, the reason why we see him skinny in his flashbacks before he became a real hero, that was because he didn't use his quirk. Totally not because he wasn't flexing his muscles. Yeah, the reason why I love this theory so much is because it takes things that's said in the narrative itself and just throws them out the window. With this way of thinking, everything can be a theory because, hey, it doesn't matter what they say in the damn show. know. And yes, it's an extremely important theory as well. That's why MatPat was willing to make the sacrifices he did. Sacrificing things like, you know, the narrative and All Might's integrity as a person. Who needs that when you have such an important theory like giving All Might a quirk? Doesn't this theory just like open your mind to endless possibilities? Doesn't it change everything you knew about this series? That's right, this muscle form is actually a quirk. Damn, changes everything. A theory truly made thanks to MatPat's selflessness. Speaking of MatPat's selflessness, with this epic theory and a lot of views, Channel Frederator thought, hey, what if Deku also had a secret quirk? This one's even better! The evidence to this one is, it would be damn cool! And they go through all the possibilities. What if he has a quirk he just didn't realize yet? What if he didn't develop a quirk yet? What if he has a quirk and it was stolen when he was a baby? And the evidence to all of these, it would be so cool! Love YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, Film Theory came out with another sick Hero Academia theory. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this epicness, let's read the title. The Gross Truth of Bakugo's Quirk. Alright. Now let's look at the thumbnail. Swimming in sweat. Okay, now let's look how long the video is. 10 minutes and 8 seconds. Alright, good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and not say what everyone's thinking and discuss the awesomeness of the theory. So, as we know, Bakugo's quirk is he explodes his sweat, right? Right. So to make explosions that are a certain size would require a certain amount of sweat. Okay, following so far? Great. So that means, here's the theory, for the amount of explosions Bakugo's making, he must be really sweaty. What a theory. Kudos to you guys. That's the gross truth behind Bakugo's quirk. That's what it meant in the thumbnail, swimming in sweat, because Bakugo has to be sweaty to use his quirk. Damn, just opening my eyes to a whole new world of Hero Academia. I don't know, someone needs to tell these guys exactly what the definition of theory is. I don't know, it may help the channel out. But in any case, the last theory that I would like to talk about today is the quirk evolution theory. And well, it is manga spoilers, so I will not be manga spoiling. Instead, y'all know how I have a rule that every honest description I can take one thing I'm supposed to honestly be describing and honestly describe it without quotation marks? Well, that's this one, because I kind of like this one. And I think it's a very good possibility and a very possibly different arc than we'd see in many other anime. We don't have our typical, you know, oh no, it's the bad guys attacking, the good guys must defeat them. It's a very interesting arc idea, possibly the final arc of the entire series. I will link this theory in the description. Anime Uproar does a really great job explaining it. Feel free to send in my regards in the comments. Ladies and gents, this was an honest description of every major theory in My Hero Academia. Like and subscribe. I know I don't usually do this style video. Let me know if you want more. I'm considering doing an honest description of every anime MatPat theory. Figured that would be fun. And I will be doing an honest description of every teacher in Hero Academia, hopefully next. So, should be seeing that one soon. Meanwhile, for other sarcastic satire or in-depth analysis, believe it or not, I could somehow do both. Praise the weirdness. Feel free to subscribble and hit that notification bell, as well as like the video if you enjoyed this video. Comments are very much appreciated, especially because this is a slightly different style video than usual. Even more different than my usual honest descriptions, and hell, those are pretty damn different. So I would love to hear your take on it in the comments. Link in the description to my Twitter. Also feel free to follow me there for extra memeage and other awesome stuff. Link to my merch in the description, like my Dabi on the Haters merch. It would be a great help if you actually picked some of that up, and link to my Patreon in the description. Anyone who becomes a patron is invited to the Discord server. I look forward to seeing you there. Special thanks to the Swag Hoggers, Eleazar, Lazy Ronin, TM Philly, Rari, Sash, MD, JD Fincher, Q Zindergarten, Axel, and an anonymous member, the Lord Tweegers, Carlos, Martin, Tyler Schumacher, Gavin Anderson, and Large Blab, and the God Usopp rank, Zachary Wheatley, Yokai, Dark Element, and Ezedric. Your continued support is extremely appreciated. Anyone who watched this video is extremely appreciated. Anyone who subscribbled is extremely appreciated. Fam, thanks so much for everything. This video was a nice change of pace, I thought. I had fun making it. Hope you had fun watching it. Have yourself a most wonderful evening, and remember to stay weird, fam.